Well, Mark's back. We made him some discs for his power hammer, and now we need to weld on the tools. So that's what we're doing. You were telling me you're going to some big place. What is this big place? The big house? You're getting arrested, prison? No?
September 24th to 26th in Ohio is Quad State, and it's the biggest annual blacksmithing meetup and tailgate. So there's a whole lot of tools for sale, vendors, demonstrations, things like that.
So, big.
So it's a
like
pretty
I used to
big
go
thing.
to star parties for telescope and astronomy. This is for blacksmiths.
Right. I guess that's
You don't
the
have to stay
difference.
up all night.
No, I don't have to, but that'll probably end up happening. But so I'll be going there
those pliers.
for to sell tools, but also I'll probably end up buying some and doing some demonstrating.
Well, how many tools do you need? My God, I saw about 400 hammers sitting over there. That's all
Well,
blacksmiths need, isn't it? A hammer.
I'm wanting to bring. I did the math because I wrote out a list of everything I'm wanting to have inventory of, and it's like $20,000 worth of inventory that I'm hoping to bring and have made by then
Of tools that you're going to sell.
to sell.
Okay.
And I don't plan on selling near that, but I want to
You want to
have a
have it.
variety so I can sell at least.
We need to get you a website going.
Yes.
Mark showed up today and I made him work. He helped me carry up some racks up to the mezzanine. He'll learn not to show up anymore. That's going to work good. You want to see? I don't care if you want to or not, you're going to. It ought to work. Guys are back in the stand, we'll do some more.
And those ones, when they're finished, will have a radius ground on the working surface.
Up here,
Yeah.
how you gonna ground the radius?
Grind.
Sandpaper,
Belt
grinder. A belt sander. And then we're gonna harden it after that,
Well, these ones aren't. These are just left as is, but the bigger flat dies
okay?
will be. I'll be able to harden them.
We'll come over and put them in the oven and take care of them.
Yeah.
Do you think that's enough weld on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I've never
that's
made
more
these.
than. Well, that's more than. I mean, you saw the one that broke.
Well, that's why it broke.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
We don't want them to break. Things I weld usually never break. Well, as I got older and more experienced. First thing I ever welded was a go-kart when I was 12. That's when I learned that A, you don't weld in shorts with it between your legs. And B, you need to learn to weld if you're going to drive over 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to learn to walk again. Welded. All right, we need the others.
Okay, and these ones, if you could do a bead and a bead so there's still clearance around the hole.
Okay. So that so you can get
so that I can get a wrench over. I mean, even if you ran a bead there, the bolt would still fit pretty well. But I want to be able to.
I might run a small bead in there, and then the bigger bead on each side of it. How's
That works. That's good.
You gotta pay your dues. And then that's what, 4140?
It is.
What's this down here?
Those are also 4140.
And why do you use 4140?
Easy to get. It's cheap. It's easy to heat treat. And I've never had a problem with it not holding up well enough for what I do.
Okay.
You know, against hot steel, it's harder.
Yeah. Hello, big boy. All right, what I'd like for you to do is hit the button down.
Down?
Down.
This one?
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. And a little bit more. Okay. I'm going to make a pass, a root pass around that with a little bead.
Yeah.
And then we'll try to weld something that will hold up.
Yeah.
Welded. Now, come look at this one and tell me if you can still get your wrench around.
That'd be good.
You can always take a flat grinder and just go in there, and that'll make a little radius.
Yeah, die grinder or something.
One of those.
Yeah.
You guys been watching? You're hiding back there. So Mark's saying he needs a way around that bolt head. So we're going to go with a little bead through there, and then I'll get it bigger. So I can't get to my 20.
Yeah.
That 16 over there is still a work in progress. So he let me use his. These were kind of a good little project in that I buy tooling everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And I never know what the little inserts are. They don't have the brand or the stamp on them. So I have no way of knowing what they are. So I get to play with them on stuff like this. This was perfect.
Yeah.
In fact, one of them was pulling off some decent sized chips. Don was impressed. He grabbed a camera and drill up there. Okay.
I mean, I can figure it out. Maybe probably not. Yeah.
Welding. God, I love that little air conditioner. It keeps my glasses from getting all fogged up.
But ask if anyone wanted to buy some of those. Yeah, just to see if he was interested. And he replied to that. How many people said they would? So, and then he said, I have some drilled already. You want to make those into them, I'll have to get your help anyway to make them. And I was very confused because he has ones to make into those advertising for, but he's wanting. I didn't know what he's wanting. If he's wanting my help with them, or if he's giving them to me for me to sell himself, because it's on for him to want me to help him when I'm advertising for them, so that he can sell them himself. So that's like, no, he wants to sell what I was advertising, but he wants my help for it. But he and I are selling the same thing. Oh, but he wants my help so that he can sell the same thing that I'm selling. Like, that's like,
that would be a stupid thing on your part.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought too. I was like, is that actually what you're asking?
I would like your help on selling my tools too, sir. I had a restaurant in Houston on Westheimer for about 3 years back in '86. Really great time to have a restaurant. You weren't alive, but back then the oil boom and bust cycle continued, and everybody was walking away from their houses, and it was a bad time to be in the restaurant business. But there was this one guy. He would come in and bring us briskets to cook. And a lot of places do that. You know, we got the pit going, and you bring us something, we'll cook it for like 30 cents a pound. This guy was catering and bringing briskets to me, like 10 and 12 briskets to cook. Okay, we threw it, it didn't cost, it was free, pay for the wood, you know. But then one day I noticed that's not a 5-pound brisket, it's an 11-pound. He had been in the store switching the tags on the dang briskets. That was the last time he ever showed up after I charged him what we weighed him at. I said,
wow,
I wouldn't do it for him anymore.
Yeah.
But there's always someone looking to screw you in business.
Yeah.
And you look out for yourself, okay? I'm going to tell you. Work hard, look out for yourself.
That's crazy.
And use free website advertising. You're not doing that.
I've been meaning to.
You're all meaning to ain't crap. What time did you go to bed last night? Or say not before. That was Friday. Say Thursday night. What time did you go to bed?
I can't remember.
I went to bed at 4 a.m.
or something?
4 a.m. for me. And I'm always up until 1 or 2 editing videos and doing stuff like that. You can sleep when you die. Okay?
I like that mentality.
So work your ass off now. Life will be good to you. And don't ever start collecting old machine tools. My God. That'll fix everyone. Okay. A little bit of fatherly advice there. And no, I'm not his dad. So far, we've taken and made you some blanks, drilled you some holes, and now we've welded tool steel you brought to me on top, and you're going to do what?
So the smaller ones will be ground to have about 1.5 inch radius or so, and those will be made, or those are made for me to make sledgehammers, to forge sledgehammers.
So you can kind of fuller the area into it.
Right.
Hey man, I could be a blacksmith.
And,
Fuller, yeah.
And so that's what they are. They're large radius fullers, and so
God, I'm good.
And so I've not been able to do that until now because I've not had those tools. And then these, the larger set, they're bigger than my original dies that I've had, which that's helpful for obvious reasons. But also they have the holes that are tapped.
You tapped in there?
Yeah, 1/2 inch 13 thread holes, and that way then I can bolt on smaller tooling. Like I'll bolt on smaller radius fullers for the regular size hammers.
So we're going to make some things to go on top of them.
Right.
Just bolt to the side.
It'll be angle iron.
Yeah.
Use angle iron then with the tool welded to that.
Okay. Won't that be beat to crap? Wouldn't it be better if it was a C channel?
That would work too. Yeah.
Gotta find some C channel.
Yeah. The thing is that those aren't a common. I mean, those are 2 3/4 inch wide. So it's not like a common. I don't know what.
I think we could make something in here that would work, don't you guys? There's a planer right there that can plane anything. All right, we'll work on that. All right, so now we're going to take these pieces here, and you're going to take them back to your shop, and you're going to.
So I'll harden them.
Harden them with your forge. Okay.
So heated above non-magnetic, 1500 degrees or so, quenched in oil. And that'll harden them, and then plan is to come back here to temper them, so to relieve some of the, if they're left hard, they'll be too hard.
Yeah. And what kind of temperatures do we need to program in?
I think it's like, I think it's like 600.
Okay.
It ends up being like 42 Rockwell hardness.
How long do we need? What do we need to do? We need to heat it up to 600 and then let it step cool down, or just
they can
air harden it.
They'll be. They need to be at that temperature for at least 2 hours, and then after that they can be left in there as they cool, or they can be taken out and just air cool.
So we just need to get them 600 degrees. Yeah. That's a heck of a lot easier than stressful leaving cast iron straight edges.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are you still standing there for? Get your butt out there and go make some money. Bye. Don't sit on cheap chairs. I sit down, that thing decided to go east My butt was going west, so it didn't match up too well. Somebody left that here during one of the scraping classes. This goes to show you, as Rosanna Dan would always say, it's always something. Well, I don't know if that thing is focused or not. Well, you're crazy. My God, y'all are all lopsided. How'd you get that way? There. That's better. I'm back over here at the welding table. Mark came back today. We're trying to finish up some of his little projects. He has brought this back so I can temper it. It's been heat treated. And these are little tools he's made to bolt onto the side of that thing. And I need to weld these up, and then we're going to, I don't think he said these need to be treated, but we're going to throw them in my oven and anneal all the big ones at least. So that's what I'm doing now. Going to weld these up. He forgot the other part of this, so he's had to make a round trip back to College Station. So I better get to it before he gets back. This is another little project I've been making for him. This is the motor mount for the big drill we're going to take over to his place. I got it welded up where it's on a hinge. And bolts to that motor, and he'll concrete bolt this down to the ground once we put it in position. So that's ready to go, just needs some paint. Motor's ready to go. Drill's ready to go. I'm tired, I'm not ready to go. All right, went and got a little vise. And I'm going to spray it down with some anti-spatter just to keep it a little cleaner. It's just an old drill press vise, but doesn't deserve to get all messed up. We put that there too. All right, let's see what we can do. I like these little welding projects that go quick. If you remember where you put your dang helmet. Don's rubbing off on me. One down. Maybe Mark trying to get in. Say hi to everyone.
Hello.
We just finished welding your new tools. What do you think about it? Is that what you wanted?
Yep.
All right.
I see you got the holes.
Got the holes made for that. These all welded up. They're hot, so be careful. You know about hot. I don't have any tongs. I have to use big pliers. I think they bolt onto these, and these have been treated. Did they fit on the machine good when you lined them up? Good, good, good. So, we're down to putting them in the heat treat oven. You want it 600 degrees for 2 hours and then let it cool. So these need to be...
No, those are left as is.
Okay. Why is that? Won't they get beat up just as bad?
Well, these tools I know will only be hitting hot steel,
Okay.
whereas these dies will have different tools put between them. So like I might use these dies with a punch or
Okay,
chisel or
so
something
those
underneath.
little things that you had,
Yeah.
spring-loaded things.
So these will be hitting cold steel,
These will be
but these
hot.
will be hitting definitely hot steel.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
And they are made from tool steel from a 4140. So even left as is, they're pretty tough.
Can you see him? I want you to keep an eye on him. Well, I think we're through with all the welding we needed to do.
Good.
So I had to use the welder on the 220 line before I pull it off of the oven. And we'll roll the oven out here and set it up. Got to remember how to program it. In the old days, you just turn handles. Now you got to remember how to
Buttons.
program things, and
Yeah.
which is okay. I mean, it's progress.
Yeah.
In the old days, we didn't have little fans like this little thing. That has been a very good addition.
Huh.
I wish it would fit in my other better welding hood, but it fits in this Miller okay, and that's one of the new See Clear Vision parts of them. So recharge it every once in a while, and your hair blows in the breeze. Good idea. I'm seriously considering getting one of the hoods with the hose on it.
Yeah?
Doing stuff like this kind of gets it smoky in here, and I was going to get an arm vacuum unit, but hurt. Those are hot.
Yeah. They still are.
Here, there's a pair of pliers over there.
Well, did you at least get it on video?
Heck no. You think too much like Don. Don. We're not going to tell Don about this, okay? This is my 220 plug. And that will power this oven, which is 4 foot long. And I put these harder plates in the bottom for sliding in stuff on it. These fire bricks are kind of soft.
Yeah.
That's something they use in kiln mills. A friend of mine got some of that. And I just have to remember how to start the dang thing. I have it programmed for my straight edges, but
Yeah.
that's a different. These things suck. Quick custom mode program, page 3. Throw the power switch on the oven to on position. The display will illuminate. Finishing in and display standby. I see it. CPL 719 911. I don't want to call 911. Okay. Let's see if there's a. Okay, we're in standby mode. Press the develop key one time. Develop. There it is. It says program. I want to choose number 12. Enter key. Should say seg 5. Okay. We're going to use one segment. We're going to go as fast as possible, turbo mode, to get up to temperature. F1 is with some number. We wanted it 600. 600. Hold 1. Time. That says 2. Hold 1 is 2 hours. That's what you want, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Enter. Alarm. We want it to be at 600 degrees when it gets to temperature. Okay. Okay. Run, stop, enter. And now it's going to get hot.
That's not too hard.
Well,
Once you figure it, yeah.
at least,
that was
at least it's
simpler
in
than
decent English.
That was simpler than I thought it would be.
71 degrees in there and I'm sweating. Okay. Now, load your things in. I already feel it getting hot in there. 72 degrees. Got a thermostat up on the top. And then you shut your little door right here, and push this to the side, stick it in and turn it, and it will continue up to the temperature, then hold at that temperature, and then turn off.
Okay.
And in the morning, or whenever you can come, I may be here or may not, you've got a code now, so you can come in, just come on in here. I would probably unplug it if it's not off, and then open the door and be careful.
Okay. Cool.
You can take that with you
Okay.
and paint it. You can take the motor with you. And when we get it there, we'll have to figure out where we're putting the motor, then we'll run wire and conduit up to that switch.
Okay.
But Don's not going to come into your shop.
Okay.
COVID will kill him.
Okay. That's
I wonder
fair
if we
enough.
could lure him into that shop. No, that would be bad. It's frowned on. Already up to 133 degrees.
Wow.
This was pretty expensive. This was, I think it was around $3,000 the time I got here with shipping and everything.
Wow. Huh. Yeah.
You guys want to see?
Just like an oven.
It's like a volcano. This is an even heat model. I think it was like $3,000 shipping and everything to get it in here. And this will take 4 foot 2 inches long, so I can do my 4 foot straight edges in it. And yes, it's a extra hassle and cost, but if I do one, I want it to be right. There's his parts in there. We're going to shut that up. It's already up to 263 degrees. And when it gets to 600 degrees, it'll beep and start a countdown. Now, how critical is your heat? Can it, because your metal's got mass, and it's not going to be at 600 degrees in the inside yet.
Right.
But it will soak into it.
Yeah.
So
as long as if it's held at that for 2 hours, it should be long enough for it to.
okay. Well, I tried for straight edges to hold it at temperature 1 hour per inch, and that's about 2.5 inches there, 3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we're just trying to relax. We're just going to 600.
Yeah.
There's so many different stress relieving methods. I found a method that was researched by the Navy. And it's online, and a old practical machinist forum member led me to that, Archie. I don't even know if Archie's still alive, but he published that, and that's the one I've always gone by. He found that these old castings, cast iron castings, used to be a selling point that our castings are aged for 10 years. And they'll take and they make the casting, throw it out in the field, and let it sit out there for 10 years. And then they said that stopped all the movement. It wouldn't move at all. Because unlike you, I deal in 10,000ths of an inch.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot to move.
Yeah.
Well, the Navy did a study on every method they could find, and they found that, and I'm not sure the number, I have to look up here, it's either 1350 or 1550 is the magic number. Cast iron has to get to that temperature before it will release the greatest amount of stress in an object. And so that's the one I follow. And with this one, I go up to, I think it's 1350, it might be 1550, I don't remember. But it goes up, and then it steps down every hour 100 degrees until it gets to 300 degrees, then it turns off. So it's quite a long process for me to do one. It's an overnight process. That's why I got an automatic one. But we're nearly there.
That's surprising. Especially for that big of a
oven.
You'd think it'd take longer.
Well, my meter's out there going, whee! And I think this model will go up to about 2,600 degrees. I mean, I could do some serious melting in it. But that's what we're going to make a kiln. That big old circle down there, that barrel is going to be a melting kiln someday. Like whenever this other stuff gets done. But I'm seeing progress. The machine back there, that Hartigan HC Precision Chucker, is finished. Over there on the pallet, I found the automatic threader on eBay, and for once it was only a few miles away. Got the threading attachments, so that machine is complete with every accessory they ever made for it. And it works and is ready to roll. That grinder right there, that tool cutter and grinder, is ready to roll. This Bridgeport has problems. The lead screws are worn out in both the X and the Y on the table, along with the nuts. And so in that box right there, people can see. Move your head. That box right there is a complete rebuild kit for them. Hear the beeping going on? That is the alarm. It's got the temperature. Now, 2 hours from now, it'll turn off. But that one gets those 2 new screws on it, and then a complete head rebuild, and it's ready to go. Then we're back to that 16 and the Toolmaster. And this Monarch 10E. It gives me something to do when I'm old and decrepit. Oh, that was yesterday, huh?